Hello, and welcome to Calhoun Casting. I'm Kayla Teeple.
And I'm James Sadler. Tonight's broadcast will be on Prohibition and the Volstead Act in the 1920s. So, Kayla, what exactly is Prohibition?
Well, Jane, Prohibition was a time in the 1920s when alcohol was illegal to make, consume, sell, trade, and transport. But this didn't come out of nowhere, did it? There must be some roots to this movement.
You're right, Kayla. The demonizing of alcohol began in the late 1800s with the women's Christian temperance movement.
You want your sweet, innocent girls to take to booze so they can be enticed into honky-tonks by slick-haired vultures who prey on the flower of American womanhood. I say alcohol must go.
In the decade before the Civil War, many believed that the most dangerous drug in America was alcohol.
Hear about Mary's husband Jonah the other night? No, what happened? He came home boozed and beer within an inch of her life. I've been hearing about them all week. This is insane. This alcohol problem needs to stop. The women's Christian temperance movement needs to take a stand. All these immigrants are getting too much into our husbands. And the men, they're squandering all of our money and ruining the family. It's the Irish and the Germans. We must blame it on them. But first we have to stop the alcohol problem. I say we can take a stand.
The Women Christians Temperance Movement, which started in the late 1800s, it originated with women who were against alcohol because they felt that it was ruining their livelihoods. Men were squandering money on it, and they were coming home drunk and often beating the women, which led to domestic violence. And it was often associated with immigrants, which are always negative, and the Irish and the Germans, and they did not like that. So the Women Christian Temperance Movement really tried to jumpstart Prohibition and the ending of alcohol.
This wasn't the only origin of Prohibition, though. There were many other urban versus rural conflicts that led up to this. Country people saw the city as boozy and immoral. City people saw the country as backwater and hip.
Dad, I'm moving to the city. No, you're not. The city's full of drugs and alcohol and sex. No, you know nothing about it. We're having a revolution right now. This is a new society. We need change. We don't need change. The old ways still work. You're still stuck in your old ways in your old farm and rural country. The farm is the basis of society. They need us. No, the basis of society is the new industries out there where it can have more opportunities and more jobs. That way it can better society and different movements there. What about education?
Once these movements succeeded, the Volstead Act succeeded.
So what is the Volstead Act?
The Volstead Act is basically the restriction of alcohol, but less than what Prohibition was.
The Volstead Act later turned into the 18th Amendment, which made it illegal to make, consume, sell, trade, and transport alcohol.
Well, are you ready to sign the 18th Amendment?
As ready as I'll ever be.
This will be great for our country. It's a way to improve society. Let's drink to it. Oh, wait. This is President Woodrow Wilson, who came into presidency when Prohibition started, but contrary to popular belief, he did not actually support Prohibition, and he actually vetoed the Volstead Act, which helped to enforce Prohibition and anything that went along with it. So he was actually against Prohibition. This is the Ku Klux Klan, who is also among the supporters of Prohibition because they associated alcohol with rural city life and immigrants, which they completely had disdain of. So they were supportive of Prohibition because they were also so against immigrants and any type of minority, and they felt that that added towards immigration and this quote-unquote despicable thing that was happening in the United States at the time that they believed. This is a picture and a copy of actually the 18th Amendment, and they did not want booze or any type of alcohol.
Go.
Go.
Carl. This is a quality speakeasy in here. I'm so glad we can drink in privacy.
I'm glad the cops are cool with this.
Yeah, can I have some of your bathtub gin?
Yes, I made it myself.
Oh, wow, this is quality. Would you look at that? That is quality.
Are you feeling
illegal alcohol?
the familial destroying?
Thank you. Thank you, Al Capone, and your great speakeasies of Chicago. What you guys doing in there?
Nothing.
I'll look the other way.
Here are some examples of men who were against Prohibition and wanted to end it because they wanted alcohol back. Here are some speakeasies that they would go underground, that were often underground, and where they would get their alcohol from. As you can see, there's women there, which was different in society as reflective of the new women. Most of these speakeasies were controlled by gangsters who had numerous around the city. For example, Al Capone, and he's probably the most known. As you can see here, here's a door, and they would have a code and knock to get underneath there because it was illegal. Here are some examples of some flapper women of the 20s and women involvement in Prohibition and the new women in alcohol. Here's an example of moonshine and bootlegging and Al Capone, the probably most notorious gangster of the 1920s, and the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which happened under Al Capone's rule and in Chicago. Wow, that was very informative. I feel changed because of that.
As do I, Kayla. As do I. Thank you for watching tonight's segment. This is Calhoun Casting, and I'm James Adler.
And I'm Kayla Teeple.
And
we bid you good night.
Drink. Well, no, we can't drink to it because usually drink wine to something, and we can't drink wine now.
Yeah, that's why I say let's drink to it because it's funny.
Yeah, but you realize we're let's drink to it, and then we're like, oh wait.
Oh, okay, let's start again.
Okay.
Is it going? I think it's going. Okay.